Hey everybody in YouTube land, it's your friend ECW fan, the collector, and it's time for another latest video games. And these pickups are some that I've picked up over the last 2 months, and the ones at the end are my favorite ones. There's two games in particular that I was so happy to find. One of them I want to detail the story that I've actually had two times to pick this game up over the last couple of years, and I blew it each time, but I was like, nope, that's not going to happen this time. This time is going to be different. I am not going to let this game get by me. I will get this game. Okay, but let's start it off before we get to there. The first game I picked up is at a flea market, a small flea market. This guy had like 2 tables set up by himself. And he was selling, and he told me he doesn't set up at the one flea market because this dude, the rent is too damn high. That's me paraphrasing in a way, but he said that table rent is just too much, and he's like, I just set up here, and I've been to him a couple times over the last year or two. So he has some games at times, and one of them he had was NASCAR 2001, and I like some car racing games, and you know, he basically bundled this and a bunch of other movies together for me for like, it come like 50 cents a piece, and I was like, oh yeah, a video game for 50 cents, I'll take it. And another one he bundled together, and this is going into Xbox. This is going into the Xbox, and game is Madden 25, old Madden, Xbox 360. And I always like, you know, if I can find cheap, good condition Xbox 360 games, I'll do it. I'll pick them up. But like I told Eddie, man, me and Eddie joked about this. A lot of these games, man, it looks like that people have literally ate off of them. And I know I can get the discs clean to an extent. I can take them and get them cleaned. I know some people that'll do it, but they ain't going to be able to get that out. I mean, it looks like people just literally ate off these games. Just ran on the floor and just scratched the hell out of them. But this one right here is like pretty good for what I wanted. Okay, I'm back. Moving on, I picked up Fable Anniversary, which at a pawn shop, this was sitting there, and I was like, you know, this is the first Fable, I believe. And I've not been able to find the first Fable for the Xbox 360, but I did find Fable Anniversary, and I went ahead and got it. This gives me the first 3 Fables, basically. And I haven't got to play them, but I always heard the Fable games were unique. You know, the guy would promise an insane amount of shit in these games, and he never could really deliver, because it would be like, oh yeah, we can do that. It's going to happen in the game, and this is going to happen. You know, it's like some guy promising all this stuff and not realizing, like, the developers, like, people just making the game going, we can't do that. You know, but I wanted to get the games for that reason. Now, moving on, I went to the Xbox One, and I actually picked up 2 good games at GameStop. Forgive me, I'm having a little bit of sleep here. A little bit sleepy, but I'm still here. Okay. At GameStop, I picked up these 2 games, and I think they had them marked down to like $5 for these 2 games. One of them was Battlefield 4, which I have on the PlayStation 4. And I played this game, and it's pretty good as a Battlefield game. I liked it. So I got it for the Xbox One. The other one I got is Madden 21 with Kyler Murray. That's Lamar Jackson on the cover. Lamar Jackson. So you say Kyler Murray. I'm half asleep. But yeah, this one was pretty nice to find. And both of them together are really good. As a good bundle. The Madden games, like I've always said, you don't need to pick them up brand new when they come out. I'm not big into the internet. I don't go online to play Madden games. I like to play the story, and I like to play some games, and they're good, relaxing games to play. If you just want to kick back after a long, hard day and play some Madden, oh yeah, it's good to play. You know, let your cares slip away into some Madden. Some sweet, sweet Madden. Okay. Now, my primary hunt has always been to look for PlayStation 3 games, and I've got to really update my list on what I've done for the last 2.5 years, 2 years, 2.5, on my collection goals on PlayStation 3. Well, it's been slow, because there's a lot of games I already got, and there's a lot of games that either A, ain't good in condition to pick up, or B, they're too pricey, or 3, there's really cheap sports games, which one of these all is a cheap sports game. But I went ahead and decided to pick up 2 of them. It is Farming Simulator 15, which it's not the greatest game. I played some of the Farming Simulator games on the Vita. They're okay. They get repetitive. So I went ahead and got this game. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get Farming Simulator 15, just to add to my collection. Another game I picked up, and this one is just basically a sports game, and it's FIFA Soccer 11, or FIFA Football 11, for you UK fans out there who may be watching this channel, which I don't know. You could be. FIFA Soccer 11. I've got to play some of these sports games. I've got soccer, I've got football, I've got golf. I mean, it's just insane of the sports games I got. I could have had bull riding, but kicked myself on that one. I should have picked that one up. I wonder what a good bull riding game is, because I pick up some odd stuff. So, finally at this pawn shop, I did find one that wasn't a sports title or one that's a farming simulator game. It's actually based off a movie, I believe. It's Where the Wild Things Are. So, yeah, I finally found Where the Wild Things Are, Probably my first unique pickup of a PlayStation 3 game in like a year, probably. Don't know what it's worth, but hey, adds to the collection finally. Something noteworthy. Something on par, as they say. On par. So moving on, let's get to the PlayStation 4. And the PlayStation 4 games, well, I picked up a story-based game here. It's called Siberia 3. And it looks pretty unique on the back. It's like a unique story-driven game. I love these story-driven games if I can find them cheap. If they're cheap games, fine, But if they went way up there, I'll just wait until the price drops. But yeah, you can see Siberia 3. It looks like a unique story-based game. I picked up from that Badesco studio, or Sedesco as they're called. They're like a foreign studio, and they have a lot of weird games with sometimes soundtracks in there. I've got like 3 or 4 of these games. I've got World to the West, and this looked pretty unique in GameStop. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get it. It's cheap, it's marked down. Why not? Why not take a jump on it? Jump on this one. But the game that I really was happy to find in GameStop these last 2 months is a game that I've put back twice, and I regretted it each time. The first time I done it, it was over there where Daryl and him have the shop, and the one over there in our town. So I went in there, and it was I pulled it out, and I was like, man, I don't need I need this game, but there's something else I need to get. So I put it back, and I had the slipcase cover to it, and I could just kick myself on that. Man, I could have the slipcase cover. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Kick myself. Damn you, Richard, damn you.
Damn you, Craig!
But yeah. But I'm going to tell you the game. I know you've been waiting. It's Hellblade. Senua's Sacrifice, I believe that's what it's called. Senua's Sacrifice. Well, the studio will not make a sequel to it for the PlayStation. It's going to be on the Xbox. This one is really one that I thought, I need to find Hellblade. About a year later, I go into Virginia, and I pick, or maybe 2 years later. I think it's 2 years later. So I'm down in Virginia, and I pick up a thing of games, and one of them is a collection of Ratchet and Clank, I believe, or Jack and Dexter. It was Sly Cooper. It was Sly Cooper's collection. So I pick up the Sly Cooper collection. I'm walking around, and I see Hellblade there. So I'm thinking, I'm weighing it. Okay, do I want Hellblade, or do I want this Sly Cooper collection with the PlayStation 3? I said, I gotta go with Sly Cooper. So I went with that. As another chance, I could have got Hellblade. Maybe I should have got them together. I know. So, finally, I was in there. I said, there's nothing in my way now. I'm getting Hellblade finally. So, here we go. I heard the story is really great. So, that's one of the reasons I could kick myself. Because I could have had this game like 2 other times. The third time is the charm. This time, it came home to daddy. Now, let's get to the PlayStation 5 games. And there's actually one here that I'm really excited to play. And there's one here that I got because it sucks so bad. They had marked it so far down. I guess they're trying to get rid of it. GameStop is just trying, begging people, just like, please take this game, please. We don't want it on the shelves. It's so bad. It's Balan's Wonderworld. I actually have forgotten I got this for the PlayStation 5 because I got my stack of games I do these videos on, and I stack them like on a stack, and I pulled it out and I was like, what did I, oh god, I remember now. Yeah, it was Balan's Wonderworld. Yeah. This one was unique for how bad I've heard it is, but it happens for PlayStation 5. I also got Panda Hero Remastered, and this is actually from the GS2 games. They do a lot of children's games and a lot of the stuff like the Adventure Time and things like that, Ben 10. So I was like, this looks like a very decent side-scroller game. And GameStop got it marked way, way down to get rid of, so went ahead and got it. And finally, the last one I picked up, and this is one I'm kind of, a little bit excited for, and I'm really pumped for it, because I've loved this series. It's Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Final Fantasy VII Reunion. And I actually remember when this come out, when this was getting ready to come out, I thought they was taking pre-orders on it. So I walked into GameStop and was like, hey, I want to pre-order this. And Daryl says, it's not on the release charts yet. You're going to have to wait. So I didn't think it was coming out until this year. I was like, well, it's going to come out next summer. It's, whenever they announce a game, it's not, Square Enix is like 20 years getting the game out of times. So, but little did I know that they would have this out by the first of the year. And I walked in one day and there it was. And I was like, darn, I should have got the pre-order on that. Well, I went ahead and waited and decided to use a coupon and some points to get this with. And I knocked it down, got a nice copy of it. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. I can't wait to play Zack's mission. I never played this on the PlayStation PSP, or I think it was PSP when this came out on the Crisis Core originally. But yeah, I'm pretty well excited for that. But of the two games this month that I'm really jacked about, and I'm really excited, I've got my, I'm so jacked and excited to play, it's probably these two, Hellblade and Crisis Core. So I'm kind of pretty well pumped on it. So I want to thank you for watching, and well, it's time for me to go play some Crisis Core and some Hellblade. So it should be a good couple weeks.